So to further illustrate this point, he gave 3 parables. What was the first parable he gave? Number 1, from verse 3 to verse 7, he gave a parable of the lost sheep. The second one is the parable of the lost coin, from verse 8 to verse 10. Then the third one is the parable of the lost son. The parable of the lost sheep, the parable of the lost coin, and the parable of the lost son, sometimes that we refer to as the prodigal son. Why was Jesus Christ telling the same story about God's love in 3 different ways? Many reasons, but these are the first one. Number 1, the parable of the lost sheep. In that parable, basically, what Jesus Christ was saying in summary is this: a sheep is a herd animal. Herd, H-E-R-D. A sheep is a herd animal. But some of the time, every one of us have that rebellious attitude, that foolish thing that easily attracts us. While the group is here, we jump out and we go to somewhere. So out of rebellion and for whatever reason, attracted, foolishly was drawn out and got lost. What about the parable of the lost coin? Now, a coin, or like a sheep, is an inanimate object. A coin doesn't think. A coin is not alive to think for itself. But a coin is lost. What does the coin represent? It represents the type of people. These are all 3 categories of sinners. The sheep represents the kind of sinners that, like you and me, attracted by sin, immorality, greed, hustling, and we want money, fun, enjoy life. So we don't fear God. We run alcohol, drugs, whatever. It pulls us foolishly. We go into and become bound by these sins. The sheep lost sheep. Coin, what about coin? Coin is the fact that it is lost, it is lost. It is not his fault. It does not even know. How many of you know when a coin is lost, the coin does not even know that it is lost? And there are the second type of sinners. They are lost, completely lost. But when you're preaching to them, they don't even know that they need Jesus Christ in their lives. They have nothing. Pastor James, what about the lost son? The son was a human being. Unlike a sheep, unlike an inanimate coin, a son is a human being with a free will. Someone say free will. The topmost creation of God. God loved man so much that he gave him free will. Free will to choose either God's offer of salvation or to reject it. And God never wanted to violate man's will. But out of rebellion, he wanted the high life. He said, I want to enjoy life. Give me what belongs to me. He used his will against God and decided to rebel against the love of the Father and began to make requests that were horrible. Now listen, today is a different thing altogether. Come on, some of us are fathers. How would you feel if one of your children walk up to you and say, Dad, you are already 80 years old. People of your age, some of them are dying, but you don't look like you are not ready to go. And I can't wait for any longer. I beg, make we know the will. Now, if you are the father, how would you feel towards that? I don't be quite happy. But you see, this is today we are talking about. In those days, in the Jewish culture, that was abomination. Because you are literally wishing your father dead. Because it is the tradition anyway that whenever the father dies, this man has 2 sons, the father's property will be divided into 3 portions. Because the firstborn must have 2 portions. And the one remaining portion will belong to the young man. He knew that it is the tradition. Everybody knew that. But by going up to the father before the father could die, was openly rebelling against the father, wanting to use something that doesn't belong. His own was not just rebellion like the sheep. This was more of an abomination, a rejection of the Father's law. Now notice, a rebellious, foolish sheep, an inanimate coin that does not know that it is lost, or a very, very wicked son that wished his father dead, all of them were lost. Agreed? But yet, Jesus Christ said, the Father's love went after, listen to this, the Father's love left the 99 sheep and went after this foolish lost sheep. Reckless, relentless love. Say that with me. Because some might even call care careless. One lost, you still have 99. Why risk them and go for? But that is how much God loves you. He loves me, I cannot say. Somebody know that song? He loves. Come on, give me some music, guys. That's why I told you to stay back. He's so far from.
I cannot say you are.
Okay, second group, the coin, the inanimate coin that doesn't even know that it is lost. There are some sinners like that. Today, they don't even know. They won't, even if you tell them that they are sinners, they will argue with you. Who told you I'm a sinner? Who told you? Anybody know what I'm talking about? But even those, Jesus Christ said, the woman who lost it diligently lit a lamp, okay, and started searching until she found it. God still loves you. He loves me. Do you know that Jesus Christ is today searching for people right now? Today. With the light of his word, he's still searching. He suffered
For me, he loves me. I cannot say why.
Now we come to your friend, the prodigal. That one was not only foolish, that one was not only ignorant about his sinful status. This one knew what he was doing. Jesus Christ was talking about the parable. Some of you know what the parable is. A parable is an earthly story that conveys spiritual meaning. He was trying to shock the sensibilities of the Jews. That even though out of carelessness like a sheep you may be lost, or even if you don't even know that you are lost like the tax collectors and the sinners, or the worst case scenario, the worst sinner like the one that was crucified on the side of Jesus Christ on the cross, it does not matter your state. Jesus Christ is saying God's active love comes to seek for you. Wherever you are, in whatever situation or circumstance you are in, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And Jesus Christ was God's love sent in human form to come after you. Let me tell you something. When we hear testimonies and how God did this for that, did it for that, did this for that, and we are still waiting for our testimony. Well, I have a testimony for you. God loves you and you don't know why. God loves you and you don't know why. On Calvary's tree, he suffered for you. God loves you, I